Jen, has the president at all lost control of his party? Depending on which perspective you're looking at this from, some people say that it appears that progressives are running the show, they're banding together and making their demands. Other people are saying, looks like Joe Manchin is playing president. So who is in charge?
Well, this is how democracy works. I know it feels foreign because there wasn't much that happened over the last couple of years, but how it works is the American people elect their elected officials. The President of the United States puts forward a bold and ambitious proposal, and then everybody negotiates about it. And they have different points of view. That's how democracy should work. We're in the midst of it right now. We're not trying to paint over how messy it looks from the outside. We know that. But what the good news is that there is agreement that among most Democrats, if not every single one of them, that we need to get something done, that we need to do more to rebuild our roads and railways and bridges, that we need to cut costs for the American people, we need to address the climate crisis. There's agreement on that. Now we're in the nitty-gritty details, which is very important, but that's the end stage of this process, and the American people should know that that's what the president's working on.
I want to follow up on Ouija's question. So if the bipartisan bill fails or is stalled or doesn't happen today, it would appear that these two bills, the reconciliation and the infrastructure, are linked. And the president, made statements that Republicans should be able to vote for the bipartisan bill on its merits. He stood in front of the White House with a group of Republicans who negotiated that infrastructure bill. Is there a message that he has to those Republican senators who voted to pass that bill on its merits, that this bill is somehow not linked with the reconciliation because of what's happening in the House?
Well, if we're working towards victory here and a win. If it doesn't pass, it's because it doesn't have enough votes. I think Republicans in the Senate understand that and know how this process works. But that's what we're working towards now. That's what the president's been making phone calls about. That's what we have his schedule cleared for this afternoon. And I'm not going to make a prediction of what the outcome will look like several hours from now.
The vice president, she was a senator as recently as this year.
Yeah.
Why isn't she on the Hill helping to broker this deal?
Well, the vice president had the CBC over, the CHC last week. She's been making calls herself, just like the president. If it's constructive for her to go to the Hill or for him to go to the Hill to have members down here, they'll do that. We're ready and willing. This is our top priority, all hands on deck. But a lot of what's happening right now is discussions at a staff level, a senior staff level, to get through these intricate details, and that's where the focus is in this moment. Go ahead, Kelly.
Since we haven't seen the